everybody, one of Weezemere's Sunday, December 6, 2015. If I sound horrible, it's because I sound horrible, so my apologies there. If I could hold out, if I knew I would be better tomorrow, I'd wait until then to do these types of videos, but I don't know. The fear is I could lose my voice because that's what everyone else that's had this, which was also not kindly shared with me, has had happen, so I'm just making the most of it while I can, just because I don't feel that great. Doesn't mean you can't have some fun, and fun we had with Lava Lanceruptor. I've already done his introduction. You haven't seen it yet. I did it out of order. It'll be number 25. He is fan-freaking-tastic, and his figure is amazing. Be sure to check out that video if you have not. That said, I kind of wanted to do Splat next, actually, because I've looked at her in the packaging and she actually looks really cool. But that first night I was a bit grumpy. That's when I started coming down with this. I've had so many people say Nightfall is amazing and they think I'll love her because she can burrow. Ethan's, I think he got her very early from EB Games, so he's kind of had her a while. He thinks she's fantastic. A couple others on YouTube. Cannot think of the name. I know it's like J, the initials are JJ. He says the same thing about Nightfall. So what we will do here, this is Nightfall. Where did she come from? $12.99, that little logo. It means GameStop, and she was free if you think I bought Mistletoe Dive Clops. Or she cost $12.99 and he was free. Either way, Skylander Day yesterday was a pretty sweet deal. Can't argue with that. That said, something I did not know about Nightfall is that her hair was like down to the Rift Engine. Like, I just, in the pictures, I mean, you never really saw that it continued down that far. So that's interesting to me. Again, she was available initially. Some people that Activision sends stuff out to got her, I believe, or at least that's what I've been told. And then the reason she wasn't available immediately at launch is I think the issue was she didn't read on the Wii U, so they had to do a recall type of a deal. But she is available now. They weren't trolling us that bad, because she has not only her standard figure, vehicle was available, the Sea Shadow. She also, of course, in the Dark Edition, has the Dark Sea Shadow. It's the one with the like loose cockpit lid that makes me worry about people piloting. But if you note, I had those parked on the pool table there. So hopefully you enjoy the little attention to details. But nonetheless, she is our Dark Element installment in Skylanders SuperChargers. You can see there by the crescent moon and the letters D-A-R-K, which spells dark. Nightfall, though, her slogan, dark and dangerous. So the downside to buying at GameStop is they do the stupid price tags. One good thing about Toys R Us, Target, etc., we don't have that. It's just beautiful artwork. You can usually get these off with no issue. Just take your time. Coming around to the backside, there's her in-game artwork. I think she actually looks like that's very nice. She looks like a pirate there. Kind of an interesting look. So, anyway, new weapons and powers, ability to customize vehicles. It's not really a selling point, but I guess it's okay. Here she is with the aforementioned Sea Shadow. Ooh, it looks wicked when it's supercharged. Alright, now it looks pretty sleek and Sylvette here. I've been a fan of the aesthetics here. I actually prefer the standard over the dark, personally. Supercharged, though, that thing looks wicked cool. So, that should be fun. Now, you'll note, she's featured with High Volt, Smash Hit, and Sharpshooter Terrafin. Usually when you have like a new wave, it's got like the new wave included. That's again because she was supposed to be out then. So, they weren't like really, really mean and held her back. It was one of those deals they kind of did a Nintendo. They went above and beyond to kind of correct a mistake type deal. So I don't know where my old timer is. That's that little dinky knife that barely cuts butter is what I've been using. So it's time for the M2. So it's a bit overkill for this, but hey, that's actually very overkill for this. One nice thing about the old timer, the blade profile is very thin, so it can kind of get in on the packaging a little easier. This cannot. So, and it shreds the boxes. I mean, it's totally overkill for what we're doing here. But somewhere I still believe that the old timer is on the pool table. I don't know where. So we're going to open this up, and she is taped. Unlike Lava Lanceruptor, who is oh so conveniently not taped, she is taped. If I had fingernails, we could get this out easily. Oh, lovely. Alright. So, right here, this is the sticker sheet stat card replacement, sadly. Her card would have probably looked amazing, full-scale artwork. But that looks pretty good. Again, you can do with this what you will. Storage cases, tackle boxes, etc. Power 200, armor 150, agility 190, luck 160, comparo time for you. According to the strategy guide, which again I like to verify this in-game, but max health 240, speed 43, armor 6, critical hit 10, elemental power, of course, as you might expect, 25. So let's go ahead. If you want to use this, you know, to cut out and use on your storage cases or something, cut the tape here first. I don't care about that. So we're just carefully, because she's got a lot of hair there. She's like the Troy Polamalu of Skylanders or something. We're going to bend that thing down. The Steelers absolutely destroyed Indianapolis tonight, by the way. That's probably why I thought, good Lord, she's got some hair on her. All right, so if there was ever a barber Skylander, this would be the ideal client. So essentially the hair, while it looks pretty, it fades from like a black to like a purple, which is kind of a cool aesthetic, but it ties in with like where we'll grab Lava Lanceruptor. You know, on the Rift engines you've kind of got, you know, like the elemental, you know, clouds or, you know, fire in this case, or water, and it sort of tails up at the back for like some added detail. Instead of doing that here with just like the dark color scheme, they just actually have the hair tie in with it. So that's pretty cool, actually. Right here, that is, there we go. You can see the dark moon there. There's some, like, it's not a Jolly Rancher, but there's some kind of candy that has this like same color tone, like purples and blacks to it. Nonetheless, the Rift engine has got the crescent moon. Is that backwards? Where is her name tag? What did I do with her name tag? Okay, here it is. Alright. Everything has gotten crazy. I feel like this is not... Oh, I guess it is. I could have sworn the crescent moons were backwards, but they're not. I thought the one on the packaging was inverted. But anyway, there it is. That is the, on the timing cover there, that dark spot. That's the Dark Element logo. She has basically 1 foot in the middle, which is not fixed, and then 1 foot that is fixed right there on the edge of the valve cover. Similarly, her hair is kind of what's giving her the support. So the cool thing here, her coat kind of has the Dark Element Dunebug type metallic sheen to it, trimmed out nicely with some blue here. That makes it pop pretty well. It's sort of like the, how would we describe that clothing terminology? I don't know. It's not the hem, is it? The edge, whatever the edge is in fashion sense, that's how it's trimmed out. I guess trim's not a horrible word. Apparently not being able to breathe affects your brain or something. But the shoulder pads with kind of, people wear this stuff, and to me that looks like a broom, like a little duster broom, you know. But they have that same color scheme, so it works nicely. Depending on the light, this is anything from black to a blue to a purple to a green. Crud tons of flake in it. Very nice, pops quite well. Her pants are just kind of like a matte black. We sort of trail down. It looks like the boots are also, maybe it's more of a semi-gloss, I guess. But coming up here, her hair, again, front profile with the face, straight up black, just a jet flat black, and then it comes down and it gradually fades like a semi-gloss, full-on gloss, and then into the kind of see-through purple. She's got the 2 hooks here, which that's actually done quite nicely. That looks, I mean, it's almost just like we were going to go fishing and I was having to, ooh, did that cut me? I don't think it did, but that is probably the closest I could get to getting cut by a Skylander, so that's pretty impressive detail there. Again, what I like, they didn't just bend it down, they actually put the head of the hook, if you will. So if you do much fishing, you would know that that is pretty dadgum accurate in terms of design. Little things are appreciated. Again, it is attached by way of a cuffling, which kind of breaks up the black. Again, it's kind of got like the spiked collar theme going down too. She's wearing a mask of sorts, I guess, because she's underwater. Nice little detail there. Looks like she's got some canister filters or something going on. White eyes provide the best contrast, but I keep wondering like what it would look like if she had a, you know, kind of that metallic pupil or something in the midst. Wondered what that would look like. That's something we could easily add if we wanted to. I also wonder like if kind of like a, what's the word? I've seen a guy in San Antonio. I was down there, I had no idea there was like this comic convention of massive proportions, and I mean he was decked out as a pirate. We were driving down, you know, trying to go park and eating on the Riverwalk, and there was this dude, and he just had like the full-on frock coat and fancy red, and there's like that reddish brown pants that I always see on like pirates on TV and stuff. I kind of wonder what that would have looked like. I don't know. Might be a bad idea. I'd have to actually see it. But all in all, pretty well done here. Lots of little subtle details. What do we want to do now, though? And I kind of thought she made sense in the dark starter pack, but, you know, I guess she's dark element. I don't know. But it is nice we have the dark sea shadow, I guess. So, sort of makes sense. She has a very cool bio, though, so let's take a look at that. Nightfall was a Dreadwalker. So if you ever wondered what a Dreadwalker looked like, you now know. From Fog Shadow Tower, a mysterious fortress in the middle of the Poison Sea. While most Dreadwalkers stayed within the noxious cloud they called home, or at Raiders games, Nightfall preferred to dive into the black abyss and hunt the dark monsters that threatened her people. One day, as she was exploring a deep cavern in her submarine, the Sea Shadow, Nightfall came upon an enormous object that pulsed with a strange energy. It was gigantic, and before she could comprehend what she was looking at, it hatched. Out came a creature 100 times larger than anything she had ever seen. She fired the engines and raced back to warn her people. Just as the last citizens boarded an evacuation ship, the colossal head of the Leviathan broke the surface of the water and let out a terrible roar. Without hesitation, Nightfall rushed towards the monster, blasting it with everything she had while the others made their escape. This act of heroism caught the attention of Master Eon, and the rest is Skylander history. So, very detailed, very intricate story there. It's pretty interesting because those are locations I would yet again like to visit. I'd like to see other Dreadwalkers. I would like to see Fog Shadow Tower. I'd like to go to the Poison Sea. It sounds like places that we need to experience in the next Skylanders game. So, not going to gander at her upgrades. I want that to be kind of new to me whenever we do the introduction, which should be coming pretty soon. But again, I do know based on what people have told me that she can apparently burrow or something. So, that would be... I don't know what they mean by that, though. There's a couple of other characters that interact underground. Rubble Rouser, for example. But Terrafin is kind of right now the only one that can kind of move underground. So it'll be interesting to see. But nonetheless, this is Nightfall. People are very, very excited about her. So we'll go ahead and have her introduced here. I keep feeling like there's something loose. And I don't know why. I guess maybe it's the figure. Because again, this back leg... It's not planted. Actually, okay. She is not planted. I stand corrected. That foot is not attached to the edge of the valve cover. It's loose. And she's probably mad that we're playing with her dreadhead. So we will stop. We want her on our side, not Chaos's. And she's already got that dark energy anyway. So nonetheless, this is Nightfall. We will get her introduced, I guess, as number 26 probably. So be on the lookout for her. That's it for myself and Ms. Nightfall. Thanks so much for watching. We will catch you back here as we unbox and introduce yet more Skylanders SuperChargers.